Great to see some friendly faces here. My name is Ben Block. I am a husband and I am a father. And I start by telling you that because I apologize I didn't get to meet many of you earlier today. I came late because I stayed around for bedtime. That's important. It's important not only for me and my 2-year-old kid, but for that 2-year-old kid, it's important to have routine, to have consistency, to have continuity. We learn as parents that that's what they need to be raised, to be healthy, vibrant children and then adults. So we stick to it. So I'm going to talk about my story being a parent and that journey, and I'm going to talk about climate change. Mix it up a little. But, keeping with the theme, climate change obviously is the elephant in the room. And as any parent who cares about raising their kids to be those safe, secure children and adults, climate change has to matter to all of us. I mean, it's an issue that no family, I think, can ignore. So my story begins back before I lived in Philadelphia and I was living in D.C. But I wasn't on D.C. that day. I was in Atlantic City at a bachelor party. I was at a pool at a hotel, a poolside party. Brandy was performing live. One of the kids from Married with Children was the next night working the DJ table, so it could have been worse. Right? One of the Bundy kids, Brad, right? It could have been worse. So so it was a good night. But in the morning I got a phone call because in the morning my wife and my dog were in DC in our apartment. They were sleeping in as they should have been. This was before the kid, when we actually could do that. So they were sleeping in, and it was an old apartment building. And the floor above us, there was a candle. The candle tipped over. The curtains got lit by the candle. Curtains went up in flame. The smoke filled the room. Smoke filled the floor. My wife did not. She smelled the smoke. But she thought it was in another building. The alarms did not go off. Thankfully, a neighbor across the street saw the smoke, saw the fire, called the fire department. The fire crews came. The fire crews went upstairs, just the floor above. My wife still didn't hear the fire crews. It wasn't until the dog started barking, because as they were putting out the flames, the water was cascading down the light fixtures in our ceiling, and the dog started barking when she realized there was a fire going on in the building. She had to get out. She had to get out now. Thankfully, she did get out. She was safe, as was everyone else. They were displaced, as were we, but everyone was fine, so thank goodness. And for myself, because everyone survived, the focus became that I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I wasn't there to wake her up. I wasn't there to help her get out. I wasn't there to comfort her. I wasn't there. And I have no sense of myself as some superhero. I don't pretend that I can just throw over their shoulders and jump out the window and get everyone to safety. I tell people that I'm 5'10" and I'm not, right? I'm not that tall, right? I realize my own limitations, but I wasn't there and I should have been. And if I was, I could have done something. And so climate change is the other thing. So we're all living in this house. It's going up in flames. The alarm is going off, and we're not doing anything, right? It might be a bit too much to make the connection, but I'm a parent, right? When you're a parent, you don't know what you're doing. Everything is a guessing game. You have no idea what you're doing day to day. You have no idea what your child is going to become, but you're riding on this wave of hope that it's all going to work out. And there's some systems in the world that you can rely on that are going to get you to tomorrow. And climate change is freaky because we have no idea what it's going to do. We have no idea the severity. We have no idea whether we're going to be blessed by by being just a few inches tall enough or high enough that the rising seas are gonna just be okay. We don't know if the blowing winds are gonna move the fire just a few feet away from our house. You know, we don't know. We don't know. I mean, so as a parent, you're raising your kids now with this hope that that's gonna be all right. And maybe that was okay before I was a parent, to be that kind of parent. Once you come become a real parent, it's something that I felt like I needed to deal with. So climate change is real, climate change is scary, what are we gonna do about it? Soon after I became a parent and our fearless leader, President of the United States, declared that climate change was such a concern that he was gonna just do nothing, I realized I needed to get together with some other friends who are dads, and just grab some beers and commiserate over this. And then I realized that there are groups out there advocating for change as mothers, as grandparents, as children, but there was absolutely no group in the entire world speaking on the behalf of men and male caretakers. And so, Joe, you are a climate dad, just like me. Climate Dads is a group I just started with a friend, Jason, in the back. We're just a bunch of guys who realized, we can't be silent about this anymore. We're gonna speak up. We're gonna get together. We're gonna, it's gonna be social, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna, get our kids outdoors because we're gonna be meaningful. And we're starting here in Philly. We're sprouting across the country already. We have, dads in 12 cities across the country who say, this matters to me. And we're just looking, we're coming up in 1 year. We just wanna be and start talking about climate change, and hopefully you'll join us because this matters. Thank you.